Hey there guys, how's it going? This is a very interesting replay. It is an English mirror match between me and Microkinetic, who's on our Discord server now. So I met the guy by playing online over here. So is it the start of something? Is it the start of a golden friendship? Who knows? But yeah, it's a very interesting match. A lot of wild things happen in them. And this is my first time viewing a replay in this game, so pardon me if I'm doing weird crap. But yeah. So standard start, we are sending our scout out to get some sheep and just scout the map out. I'm still getting used to the maps in this game. It's been about 10 hours. I've played the game for maybe 10 hours. Maybe it's a lot, maybe not. I'm sure other people have much more. Sending out my scout. This is a map where there are only 2 points of entry to either player's base. And that's going to factor in a lot. That's going to have a huge effect on the course of the match. Nothing but villagers just gathering some food. Some being sent to gather gold so we can advance to the next stage. Now I also like that we can see our resources. I can see everyone's resources, so I can tell in real time how well we're doing compared to one another. Can already tell he's pulling ahead in terms of wood. He's focusing on wood. Okay, no. Standard angle. He's focusing on wood a lot more than I am. And he hasn't collected any gold so far. So that's an interesting prioritization. I wish it were possible to see him in the replay. His section of the map. That would be interesting to see for real what's going on that side. Oh wait, no, I can. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Alright, so he hasn't built a barracks, but he's building a mill. That's rather early for building a mill, but he's gonna do it to collect food from these animals. That's really interesting. I try to avoid building mills for as long as I can, just to save up on the wood for longbows in the second age. And you can tell it's a long one by the timer. That's 52 minutes. That might be my longest match so far in this game. Usually over by the 20-minute mark. I get to the second age and then I just spam longbows. That's how I roll in this game. And that's usually the optimal strategy as the English on most maps. Most open maps. But this is not... We are not dealing with an open map over here. Oh, okay, just messing about with the settings. And advancing to the next stage. He is not yet advanced. He's going with a much slower route. He's not trying to rush for the next stage, which is interesting. I'm usually the second person to get. I'm always behind in terms of age advancement. But of course, that's not the only metric of success. Like, what happens if you advance 3 ages, but the person in the first stage is just a straight up military brute and they just overwhelm you? And all your civic development was for naught. It's really interesting. Like, he doesn't... No, okay, I was about to say he doesn't seem that, like, ambitious. And he hasn't... he's forgone building a lumber camp so far. I mean, it's not that long of a distance, but it definitely adds up over time if you have one over here. I tend to make those investments. I tend to make those investments very early. Like over here, I placed this lumber camp right between these two tree lines, so I can save myself the trouble of building a second one once this tree line recedes. Just future-proofing my development. Same thing with the same thing is happening with the mining camp. I placed it between these two, between the quarry and the gold mine, just so I don't have to build two separate ones. And I've been scouted out. But he doesn't seem to be interested in attacking me. He's just gonna lose a scout anyway for no reason. Yeah, he went for villager numbers over advancing to the next stage as fast as possible. And that could pay off in the long term. He has better resource. He has better resource stockpiles. He's already... Well, we're basically trading blows in terms of resources, except for stone. I'm way ahead. I'm way ahead on stone, and I'm in the second age. He's following not far behind. And yeah, he built the lumber camp, so he just held off on it a bit. Prioritized the mining camp. It made more sense, it's farther from him. But he's really lucky. He has all of these resources in a triangle. I mean, if I was being smart, I should have built the mining camp in this square. But I don't think I had explored the map by then, like the reveal map. Selected player only. Yeah, I already knew, so that's a bit of an oversight on my part. You know, it's not that big of a mistake when you think about it. Here's a little doggo attacking my villies. He has reached the feudal age as I am taking advantage of my access to stone walls. There are only 2 entry points, and I'm taking full advantage of that. But what I was saying is, these are little, like, tiny mistakes, tiny oversights you might think, but it has a huge butterfly effect. It definitely adds up across the course of the game. When you have these little mistakes adding up, and then the other person just pulls ahead. But you can tell by the length of the match, this was a close one. This is not one... Whoever lost in this match, whoever loses in this match, I'm not gonna reveal it now, is not gonna go down without a fight. I'll let you know that much. So that section of the map is completely closed off. I was worried that he might send a raiding party and discover what I'm doing, or maybe send another raiding party around this area. And I'm short on stone. You can see I'm immediately depleting my stone reserves the moment they come in. I don't have enough villagers on stone. But I'm doing quite well aside from that. I haven't beat in terms of most resources. And he's not doing the thing that some players do where they build the military base far ahead. That's like a high risk, high reward tactic. It can pay off if someone doesn't anticipate it, or if they don't go straight for your base. When you do that, you're counting that they're not going to flank your base and just attack your villagers while they're defenseless, and now your army has to run some distance to relieve the village. As you can tell probably by now, the walls are going to be playing a big role in this match. Much bigger than you'd anticipate. It's more than just cutting off his entry. Now I'm gonna keep it on me. Reveal map for all. You know, coming from Total War, like, I'm so happy to have like these replay features. Can you actually like reverse? I'm not gonna test that right now. But yeah, coming from Total War that has bare bones replay features, which is unfortunate. It makes those videos much harder to make than they need to be. All right, another wolf. That's fine. It's a doggo. It's only a doggo. It is not the enemy. I'd much rather it be a doggo than the enemy. He's sending out his first raiding party. He was probably trying to end the match at this point. It looks like it. Like, he's not taking advantage of these choke points. He's not yet, at least. He's gathering some stone, but he's not building any walls. And it's only now that he realizes what I'm doing. And he comes really close to circumventing the whole perimeter. I don't know if he sees my other villagers though. I think he might not see my other villagers. Or maybe he did see them. But it's really weird. It's really weird that he chose not to kill my villagers and just go around. Or maybe he's just doing this intentionally. He's trying to scout around and see what I've done. So he comes up across this wall. And he realizes, yeah, this is not going to work. And then he's building his own wall. He's building his own wall because there's nothing else that he can do at the moment. He needs to build that wall because I have the defensive advantage. Whatever he throws my way, he's gonna get butchered if he throws anything my way, or the attempt is gonna be futile. But I can take the initiative so long as I'm the only person with a wall. I can take the initiative and launch my own attacks and risk losing my own men because I have time. The walls, that's what walls are. Walls don't just protect you, they buy you time. Even if he has siege equipment, that's going to act as a delaying tactic. And he's setting up his farms already. He depleted his temporary food sources. He's going all in on farms. Meanwhile, I'm still relying on animals. There's a red mark over here for some reason, even though his units left for whatever reason. That's probably bugged. It is probably bugged. Yeah, I think the map might be bugged. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like I can expand the minimap. But yeah, it's really weird. He doesn't have any units here, but it's still showing a red marking. Anyway. Yeah, he's going full in on an economic boom. I'm ahead of him currently and just in raw resource count, but he's probably pulling ahead. He is probably pulling ahead. Hang on. I have 320, so 300, 400. He has... Oh, no, I'm actually currently pulling ahead in terms of resource gathering. So it's interesting that that's the case. But I guess it's because he spent so much on military right now compared to me. I have a bare bones military, just a few spearmen. I don't even have... Okay, yeah, I also have longbows. I'm even more powerful in terms of military. But now he's surpassed me in terms of resources. And he has some traders heading out. That's something that I didn't take advantage of in this match. I completely forgot about the trading routes. until way, way later. I'm not sure how important trade routes are in this game. I barely read anything about the game in terms of the meta or hang out on the subreddit. I just play the game and I just try to figure things out on my own for the most part. So I'm not too sure I'm not too sure about the specifics, all the nuances of the meta. Time to hydrate. But he's left this area completely exposed, and this is something, now looking at, the replay and knowing what's going on, this is something I could have taken advantage of. I could have gone around to attack his villagers, and it would have taken a while for his army to intervene. I could have seriously hamstrung his economy if I wanted to. But I was being too passive right now. I assumed he would do the same thing now that he saw what I did, and that it's gonna be a complete deadlock. I should have scouted. I was too busy managing everything else, my villagers, and trying to take up to the next stage that I forgot to scout. If a new age begins. And he's starting out as well, building another town center. Let's see, so I wish you could show both players' UIs at the same time just to see what I'm dealing with. So he has more villagers, but he's also capped at the limit. It seems like he just caps at the limit, but he just mass built houses. And I think I can understand his rationale for not blocking off this area yet. It's because one area is blocked. If I choose to attack him from this area, he can just send his army to intervene. It's more cost effective, more efficient. He's being flexible. Whereas I just threw everything into defense and my army was an afterthought. Sending a scout out to see what I've done. He has not seen this area yet, so he doesn't know if I left this open either. Yeah, so remember this. He placed a scout over here. This is smart. I'm assuming, of course, this is intentional. He placed a scout over here just as a forward warning. Just as a warning to the rest of his faction in case I decide to attack through that route. He's going to be alerted to it right away. Now he's plopping down the foundations for another wall. And then this section in the middle is basically no man's land. No one wants to take this. That's funny. Even though it's so resource rich, there is so much gold over here. I'm thinking if you could do something, if you could push what I did really far and instead place your own wall to trap the other player in their own base and then take advantage of all the gold and just have your military hold back through attrition and just take advantage of all these gold reserves over here. I'm wondering like how effective that strategy would be. Yeah, I'm recruiting siege engines. Finally getting some trebuchets out. I'm still unsure of what to do right now. I have no idea how powerful he is. So this is a preparation for a probing attack. I'm just trying to see what he's made of and what exactly he's done on his side. He's ran out of his stone mine. And he has quite firmly outclassed me in terms of resources. Yeah, that early spamming farms seem to have really helped him. He now has the advantage. Even though, let's see, I have 18 villagers on food. He has 20. But he's pulling way farther ahead. Despite only 2 more villagers. He also might have gotten all of the farm upgrades. I'm trying to see. Yeah, he went for all of the farm upgrades. He didn't leave a single one. Yeah, that's really helping him. Whereas, where's my my farm? Yeah, I just ignored them. I went for one of them only. That increases, I think, their carrying capacity. He's building another town center in an interesting spot. Like, you think maybe he would like place it over here, where there's lots of trees, and he can use it in place of a lumber yard. What's his food gather rate? Yeah, he's significantly more than 200 food difference per minute. That's 1,000 more food over the course of 5 minutes. That's huge. Yeah, and his military is not strong. It is not strong compared to mine. Like, he doesn't have any siege engines, it seems. Does he? Nope, he doesn't. But he's building a defensive landmark. I went for a second town center, whatever it's called. I went for the King's Palace. And now he's recruiting siege equipment. Oh, that's interesting. I never used this landmark, so I never paid attention. Like, I don't read things in the middle of a match because of time constraints, so I need to try this out one day. That's why. Oh, that makes the rest of the match make a lot more sense. So I saw this, the wall was incomplete. I have a bad feeling about this. But I have upgraded longbowmen, veteran longbowmen, and veteran spearmen. And these slow siege engines. But yeah, we've been mostly trading blows this entire match in terms of the strength of our armies and the amount of resources we've had. It's not often that you get a match like this in this game where it's really tight, really close. And I didn't scout the terrain earlier, and that was my mistake, so these trees are obstructing my advance. And here we have the first true engagement. Scout immediately dying. And I popped both the stakes and setting up camp. Yeah, look at what he does. Pay attention to what he does over here. He's sending his villagers to finish the wall. He's probably anticipating some reinforcements, but also to trap my own men so they can't retreat, and my siege engines. This was insane. I should not have written off the wall over here. I should have paid attention and taken it out. This is what happens when you get too cocky. Yeah, home team advantage. Not doing me any... his home team advantage is not doing me any favors. But anyway, we've reached the Imperial Age. I cannot believe that we reached the Imperial Age. I've never reached the Imperial Age in this game. In 15 hours of playing, matches are usually over by age 2 or 3, but regardless of who's winning. So yeah, so I'm in completely foreign territory right now, unknown territory. Like, how do you... What's the Imperial Age like? What units do I get access to? What's the meta like? And I'm trying to destroy his own walls from within. These trebuchets is just completely doomed. All those resources just went to waste. They're just going down the drain. That is unfortunate indeed. And we're just barely halfway through this. My god. Yeah, he's already reinforcing his military, replacing his losses. I am too, but much more slowly. I'm deciding, you know what, I have to go all in and get some more villagers. Sometime around now, I'm gonna start spamming villagers just to get my resource production back up. I need to get food going up. I can't replace my losses as well as he can. He has 5,300 food. He has 5 times the food, or 4.5 times the food than I do. His ability to replace losses is just much greater than mine. And he's spamming barracks. He is spamming barracks. That is a bombard. I figured it's time to take advantage of proper modern artillery. Early modern artillery. And this is him setting out for his own offensive, his own counterattack. Just humbly marching outside. They can only wonder what they're going to be up against. Is that 6 trebuchets? Yeah, 6 counterweight trebuchets. He's setting up a... Oh, wow. Okay. I did not know that. Okay, interesting. He's setting up a gold mine outside. I think he's run out of gold resources inside his own section of the map. Yeah, he depleted his resources. He went for it early and depleted it early. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough when you have to go into this no man's land to get gold. But he's using his army to defend them, so he's not going on the offensive. Yeah, interesting. Smart. Smart. I appreciate how deliberate a lot of this is. And instead he chose to build his fort on this side of the wall, so he's relying on the defenses just to buy time while he has his main force on this end. Just very careful management of resources, distributing his armies, his forces.
Where should he dress an hour?
Now I'm having a very slow and cautious military build-up. Because keep in mind, I have no idea what victory condition he's going for. This is the great thing about this game. You have 3 different victory conditions, and it adds so much tension because you don't know what he's going for. I don't know if he's gonna go try and build a wonder or some crap. I don't know if he's gonna build up the ultimate army to come on the offensive and just wear me down through attrition, or just he's mass gathering resources. And it's interesting to see the distribution. He's winning in terms of food, I'm winning in terms of wood. You can see a very different philosophy between us. I'm going for longbows. I'm gonna rely on longbows, just how cheap they are. They cost 30 food. That's 40 food and 50 wood. I'm just relying on their cheapness and their expendability and just how good they are as a unit overall to pull me through this. Because this isn't like Age of Empires 3 where you have unlimited resources. You don't outside of food. So attrition really matters. At one point the deadlock is gonna break and somebody's gonna collect advantages. Someone has to run out of steam before the other person. And I'm building another wall. I'm closing off this area. I'm trying to take advantage of this no man's land. I'm branching out. I've exhausted all of my gold resources. I'm building my own forward military base. I forgot my villagers over here. Well, I'm so not used to reaching this point of the game that I'm finding it difficult to micromanage. Like, I'm just forgetting about villagers. I'm so hectic. It's great fun though. Yeah, always have something to do. There's always something you're missing or something you need to pay attention to. I'd like to pay attention to his side though. Okay, he has 0 villagers idle. Doing a much better job. He has more experience in late game. He's reached the Imperial Age more than I have, and it shows. He also built another keep. I didn't do that. I didn't take advantage of keeps in this game, in this match. I usually, if I ever get to the 3rd age, I'll just recruit a bunch of siege engines and other person surrenders, and that's it. Still some idle villagers. Well, I'm busy. Well, I'm busy recruiting even more villagers. And longbows, just a bunch of villagers. Sending them out to gather stone. I don't mean to build walls just yet, but you're gonna see why I need that stone. Yeah, this is interesting. It's interesting when you have the whole map revealed and you can see what's actually going on both sides. But man. Yeah, he's going all in on forward military base build up. A complete military installation. I'm sending out a second offensive force. This time I'm ready to reinforce with my own military. It's so interesting how we're basically doing the same thing tit for tat on opposite sides of the map. Slight differences. He's focusing more on just keeps. Whereas I'm more going in on the resource gathering. And out we go. Unfurl the bombards, staying out of range. I'm making sure to stay out of range of the towers. Just let them do the damage. I think he's responding. Or maybe not. Yeah, he's sending... It seems he's sending his villagers over. Okay, to gather more gold. But it seems he's deliberating. He's second guessing what he should do at this point. Should he go in that direction? Because I don't think he's found out. I don't think he found out about the second wall and the second base that I have. But he... Yeah, that is satisfying. Oh my god. And I'm still not aware of the fort, but the keep now I'm aware of it. Now I'm definitely aware of it. And he should start pulling his villagers back if he's being reasonable. I don't think he has no troops that can get there in time. Yep, and that is his keep. It is no more, no longer. Meanwhile, I'm curious, what exactly is he doing? Okay, yeah, there's an army. He's building another keep, just with all his villagers. And this is gonna be a glorious mistake that I made over here. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy micromanaging. I'm sending my units around for whatever reason. And then the cavalry charge comes in, and there goes my artillery piece. That is just sad and painful to see that happen. Reinforcing crossbowmen. Just bringing in the crossbowmen for armor piercing. We have a lot of armored units. And they're building a keep, building a tower. He is trying to collect whatever advantage he can. And I have some crossbows reinforcing because I set the waypoint. Yeah, this battle of attrition completely lost. I'm preparing for a counterattack. I'm placing my crossbows on the walls. But instead, he does the opposite and attacks this section. And that wall's about to tumble now. Building a house. Oh, what a nice place to plop down a house. I bet that property came dirt cheap. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe somebody really demands a front row seat of all the action. As they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So I'm pulling back all my villagers. I'm building a second wall. I'm pulling back all my villagers to build a second wall. I am just trying to buy time. That's all I care about right now, buying time. He's trying to stop them, but it's for naught. I've already made too much progress. But there's this part of the section of the wall that's incomplete. All these villagers are gonna die. He has a hand gunner. Hand cannoneer. Yeah, for some reason he's not going for this section. I don't think he's seen that yet. I don't know if he's seen that. Or maybe he decided to pull back. He might just be a bit cautious right now. Yeah, he's deciding to group all his units together, consolidate them, rather than just stretch himself really thin. And he's keeping his villagers all here. I think... I don't know, maybe he just thinks he doesn't need to like gather any more wood. He's gonna bank on his food to pay for... to carry him. And this section of the wall is still unfinished. I think I just forgot about it. I thought they finished the wall. I not go back to check. Just gathering more crossbowmen. Some more bombards as well. And I'm running low on gold. Though I do have 19 villagers on gold. It should be picking up sometime soon. 760 a minute. Probably not that good for this stage of the game. Yeah, he's letting his villagers go a long way just to gather wood. Just this army standing on defense. But this section of the wall has been completed. At this point, I believe I made the decision to try and get enough resources to build a wonder. I'm not confident in winning this just by brute force. I'm gonna have to build a wonder and try and win this. And this is a siege workshop that I placed out here by accident, I believe. Yeah. Okay, here it happens. Here it starts. Yeah, it seems he realized it ain't worth it. He does have tons of food, but he also doesn't have a lot of wood. So yeah, I like it. Just sitting back, being very patient. He has visibly figured out that he has the resource advantage. Like, he controls the map until this point, so even if he needs wood, he can just come forward and push his forces forward. And I'm building another wall! I am building another wall! And this stone resource has been completely depleted. Never thought I'd live to see the day where I'm running low on stone and I want it. 45 villagers completely free at this current moment. That is obscene. And he's focusing on taking down the fortifications, not just breaching them. Probably to force me to expend more stone if I ever thought about rebuilding them. And the wonder is being built. We are building the cathedral of St. Thomas. This is only my second time attempting to win the game by building a wonder. Wall has been built on this side. And I sent even my stoneworkers. I sent even all of these stoneworkers to help. I don't know how many villagers I have building this right now. How many of these? 42. 42 villagers just building. We have 42 villagers building a landmark. Half of our civilization. And then here's where I was like, oh crap, I never completed the landmark in this game. A wonder in this game. I thought it was gonna be like an instant victory, but I'm like, oh man, I have to defend this for 15 minutes. 15 minutes I have to defend this? Like, what the? And my confidence suddenly dropped. I'm like, I don't know if I can buy enough time for that. I don't know if I can just... And I don't know how trade routes work. I'm not sure if like having more distance would improve the trade values. These built a market right next to one, so who knows? This entire area has been vacated. This is a ghost town. I wonder how unnerving it must be to these soldiers that they're walking through a ghost town. And every step they're taking, their fear just increases. Like, what are we gonna find at the end? What unspeakable horrors might we find at the end? So I've warded off an attack on this side. And he's sort of beelining. He's trying to get around with these trees. I love the way trees actually impede progress in this game. You can use them as a natural barrier. It's great. Oh, okay, I can change resources over here. Okay. Income per minute. Yeah, you can... This tells a whole story. This tells a whole story. Trading blows on gold, but he has well beaten me in terms of everything else, literally. But I have stockpiles of wood. He's making sure to destroy everything. Or destroy these things. I think maybe so that if in case I win this battle and I try taking territory back, I have to build everything back up. Just burning everything down as he goes. What is that? Oh, that was... I don't know if that was a boar or something that I angered. Yeah, he's gonna unload his trebuchets. I'm concerned he might attack the cathedral. Sending in some reinforcements, just trickling in some reinforcements. Yeah, I'm clearly winning this one through attrition, this battle. Even sending out some villagers just in the mayhem. Yeah, slowly building up a second army. This is where his resource advantage comes in. He can replace units much better than I can, much more easily. I was breathing a sigh of relief that the trebuchets were gone, at least. And I cost him the resources of those things. Yeah, that engagement did not go in his favor overall. His losses were much heavier just in terms of the resource count, like all of the resources that went into those siege engines. But again, he can more easily replace things. Let's look at our income per turn. Yeah, I am 0 on wood, nil, nothing. Nothing on gold, barely anything on food. I don't have enough space to build farms. I'm just mass building farms. I'm trying to mass build farms. But again, I'm struggling to micromanage things. I'm really what should I say, flustered. I've never had to manage this many units in the game before. All right. He is not risking anything else at the current moment. Bringing a ton of bombards. I'm surprised they didn't die. I thought they would die if they were on the wall when it broke. That's so sallying forth. You can tell the numbers, both numbers and quality are not in my favor. I'm using mostly range units. No men of arms, no cavalry. That was probably my biggest mistake in this match. No cavalry at all. I've almost never had to use cavalry as the English. Just longbows and spearmen. I'm even bringing in the villagers, throwing in everything I have. It's maybe 7 minutes until the Wonder wins me the fight. Yeah, this is not working out. He is... He is feeding in units very slowly, but more quickly than he's losing them. But more importantly, he has the bombards. He has the artillery. He has a single siege engine on this part. And here comes the artillery. Yeah, this is a done deal. This is a done deal. Bringing in literally everything. And that is the Wonder, completely gone. And after all these walls, he's finally reached to the core of my civilization. Everything I have left. The sweatiest match I've played in this game so far, most entertaining one by far. Got to see everything in it. Walls, Imperial Age, artillery. Except for me not using any cavalry. I just was so boxed into my usual play style that I forgot about it entirely. Oh, thank you so much for watching, guys. That was a journey. That was 52 minutes. I mean, before I edit this video, of course. That was 52 minutes. If you'd like more of this content, don't forget to sub to the channel. You can also head on into Discord. We are a Discord full of strategy fans, Total War, Age of Empires 4, War Selection, you name it. You can head on in there, join all the fun conversations, get to know some great players and some great people. And you can also check out my Twitch. Links to everything are in the description below. And if you want access to some exclusive content or videos before everyone else gets to see them, you can check out my Patreon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You can also check out the merch store. Get your own very own Dishonor Brew merch. This cap that I bought for myself. I'll see you all next time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this isn't the last type of sweaty match that I'll be casting on this channel. Bye-bye!